Before we start this video, do like and subscribe to our channel and not miss on any updates.
Hello friends, a warm welcome to all the CA final students who are preparing for November 24 exams. I received a couple of requests from students. So a lot of you would have seen that I have released a list of important questions for November 24 exams. Roughly I think there are about 150 important questions out of total 600 plus questions in my P600 plus compiler. Okay, these 150 are combination of past exams, study material, RTP, varieties of questions, but they cover all types of questions, they cover all kinds of questions which I think potentially could come in the exam. Right. Now, after seeing this, a lot of students got back to me saying, sir, you have given practical question list, where is the theory question list? Now, theory is a tough task if you honestly ask me. See, why? Practicals, there are 600 questions and I gave you 150 list. But theory is an even tougher job, because if you go to my compiler, what is my compiler? T380 plus, this is the name of the compiler. This compiler is available for free download on my app, website, as well as the link is given in the description of this video also. In this compiler, there are about 383 questions. Out of these, it was a very, very difficult choice for me to choose. Initially, I thought that I'll try and fix it with 100 questions. Top 100 kind of thing, but then it was not possible because a lot of new topics have been added. And given that increased number of topics, I unfortunately, I know a lot of you may think, sir, what is this 186 number, why such a huge number? Believe me, I tried my best. At the most 1 or 2 questions could have been added, subtracted, but I couldn't reduce this number below 186. Okay, hopefully over time, once I see more patterns of how the institute is asking questions, especially this time they're also going to give out the MCQ questions, and we'll see more theory questions coming out from institute, especially for new topics and all that. I'll be able to get a much better idea of what are the more important theory questions, but otherwise I would strongly stick with this 186. Okay, so please bear with me for this attempt. All of you are writing November 24 because I am pretty sure most of you will clear, or all of you will clear. So it is for the next people that I will give a slightly lower number of it. But November 24, you have to go with this 186 questions according to me. Okay, now what are the important things in this important theory question? See, I have highlighted first this 2 chapters: startup finance, financial policy and corporate strategy, and of course equitation. These 3 chapters continue to remain important, especially given in the light of what we saw in the May 24 question paper. Okay, so if you look at it, there are 18 questions in first chapter of most important chapter, startup finance. All 18 are important. So financial policy and corporate strategy, you have 21 questions, out of that 13 are important, and securitization entire chapter is important. These 3, there is no way I can compromise. Okay, with these 3 itself, we have already crossed roughly 27, 18, 45. Already 45 questions are done in these 3 chapters. Okay, so which is why bringing out that number was a challenge. Now, if you come and look at this, I have given the question numbers here 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where do I see these questions? You go to my favorite book, T380 plus compiler, PDF available on the website, app, as well as in the link in the description below. You can go download it and go and check that particular question. Okay, this is first. Then next is risk management chapter. You have a few important questions: interest rate risk management, mutual funds, derivatives. Now in derivatives, I was initially thinking of only 50 odd questions, but then I realized you have these entire topics of credit derivatives. Then you have exotic options, real options, weather derivatives, then you have this electricity derivatives. So these questions, out of these also I've done a pick and choose method, what I thought were important, but even then a large number of questions got added primarily because these new topics have been added. Okay, so I would strongly suggest, go through these specific questions pertaining to these topics from derivatives chapter. Very, very high likelihood you will get a question on it this time. Okay, that is one. Then Forex, you also have this SWIFT question, right? There is a question on SWIFT, what are payment gateways and all of that. That is one important thing that can potentially come up. Then international financial management, portfolio management, these 2 are standard compared to what the old syllabus was, or pre-May 24 was. There is not much of a change. But advanced capital budgeting, it's a completely new chapter. There is a very good potential for high quality questions like sensitivity analysis, scenario analysis, Monte Carlo, simulation, what is the equalized annual cost. You can be potentially asked questions like this. So, advanced capital budgeting chapter, advanced capital budgeting decisions, this is also very, very important chapter. From there also very good, very high likelihood that some very, very interesting questions can also come up. And please note, even in derivatives we have that once they asked a question on what is rho and vega. So you have to know delta, gamma, rho, vega, theta, all of them, and you should know them very, very clearly, because Greeks is one thing where there is a potential to get confused. So please know that. Then other than that, business valuation. So in business valuation, they have added new topics, especially with respect to valuation of startups, valuation of digital entities, then distressed valuation, then valuation of professional firms. So these 4 or 5 topics, business valuation, startup, professional, then you have startup, digital firms, distressed company valuation, right? Then there is something about business valuer. These are fairly important topics in this chapter. Okay, I have added questions on those. Those are new, right? Registered valuer was, I think was slight reference was there in old syllabus, but even if it is not there, it is very important, as far as this chapter is concerned. So please focus on this chapter also, business valuation, where new topics and new questions have been added. Right, and then M&A and corporate restructuring, they have not asked too deep questions so far, but I actually like some of the topics there, which if I were an examiner, I would ask questions on defensive tactics, takeover tactics, and all of those. They've asked once in a while, they've asked some small question here and there, but then they can suddenly pop a term on you. What is a poison pill? What is a golden parachute? What was a white knight? Things like that. Especially because you have now MCQs, potential to ask those questions also very high. Right, so this list is available, 186 out of 383 questions that I have. Please go through this list and study well. This is in addition to the 150 practical questions that I have given. Both the links are available in the description below as well as on my website. Okay, please go study very well. I know there is Dussehra festivities are going on. Some of you might be playing Garba, some of you might be preparing for Diwali on October 31st. I know a lot of things. We are CA students and you need to know quarter ends anyway you sacrifice. Please note, this is one time that you sacrifice these festivities and you can be a successful chartered accountant for the rest of your life. Okay, so all the very best, study well, do well, and if you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to me on my forums in app as well as website. I'm always there available to answer to your queries, and of course do like, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn, follow me on Twitter, follow my our YouTube channel, so that you can always stay updated with what are the latest things that you should know about your CA exam preparation. Okay, chalo, all the best.